What's going on, everyone? Dom from the Game Looters here, and in this quick video for Pokemon Legends ZA, I'm going to show you where you can hunt all three starters, Tepig, Totodile, and Chikorita. Now, the one thing you need to have for this is zone number 20. Zone 20 needs to be unlocked, and I would suggest making sure you're at 100%. When you're at 100% in any zone, that allows any Pokemon on the overspawn field to potentially be alpha. So you definitely want to make sure you're at 100%. Now, with that out the way, let's talk about a couple of things. We're first going to talk about where all three of the starters spawn in Area 20, and then we'll talk about the few different methods that you have to shiny hunt each one of them. So first off, let's head into Area number 20, and we're just going to go over each of the different spawn points for the Pokemon. So the first one here is going to be Tepig, and Tepig's going to spawn in this general, I guess you could call it like this specific sandy terrain, kind of like sandy, a little like a sand terrain, but Tepig's gonna spawn over here in this area. And as you see here, unfortunately there is no bench, so Tepig's gonna be actually the hardest of the hunt of the three. So that is the Tepig spawn there. The next one we're gonna go over is the Totodile spawn. Now the Totodile and the Chikorita spawn are gonna be probably the easier hunts of the two. Now, the Totodile spawn is going to be right in front of the gate. Where is the gate at? There it is. It's going to be right in front of the gate. And Totodile is going to spawn right over here in this area. It's going to swap from Roselia to Squirtle to Totodile. So you're going to want to just kind of have Totodile spawn in that specific area. And I want to show you guys Totodile actually being there. So I guess it's like a preview into the hunting method. So one of the hunting methods for Totodile specifically is just resetting the zone. When you reset the zone, all Pokemon within 50 meters of you are going to reset. So zone hunting is very efficient for Totodile and sometimes Chikorita too, but mostly Totodile for this specific method. And you're just going to keep re-rolling and keep re-rolling the zone. And you're just going to kind of keep coming inside and check, okay, is Totodile here? No, he's not. And you're just going to keep re-rolling the zone until you get a Totodile. So that's the zone re-hunting method. And this method, again, can be done for Totodile and Chikorita. I know we haven't gone over the Chikorita spot yet. But this is just one I wanted to show because it's important to know where these Pokemon end up spawning at. And this is one of the most effective respawn methods as well, too. So still no Totodile here, which is funny. Typically, Totodile spawns pretty frequently here. So it's kind of weird that we're not getting it. But regardless, the Totodile spawn is definitely there. All right. And after just a few different resets, there's Totodile right there in all its glory. And if you 100% of the zone, Totodile, Chikorita, and Tepig can all be alpha as well, too. So that's going to be the Totodile spawn right there, and it's in front of a bench. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. Now, the next spawn is going to be Chikorita. Now, you see where that Roselia is? Sometimes Chikorita will spawn right around the Roselia. It'll spawn right around this area here. Sometimes it's Roselia, sometimes it's Bulbasaur, and sometimes it's Chikorita. Chikorita also spawns over here in this patch as well, where this Roselia spot is. Same thing, Roselia, Gardevoir, Chikorita, it all spawns there as well too. So we'll also reset until we get the Chikorita spawn as well. And as you saw there, Chikorita spawns in by those benches as well too, which again is going to be important in just one moment. Okay, and then for Chikorita, we have one of the three spots here. There's Chikorita back there. But again, Chikorita does spawn in this subsection here, and it spawns over in this section here as well. So Chikorita will spawn in all three of those sections, so that's good to know. Because one of my favorite benches is this one right here. And we have this bench over here in this corner. So now let's talk about the different reset methods that we have. So the first one we're going to talk about is the bench method. Now the bench method can be done at this bench for Chikorita. It can be done at the other bench by the opening. So when you fast travel right in, there's a bench right in front here for Totodile. And then Tepig is a little different of a story. So for this one, the bench method is just use a turbo controller or get really comfortable with A and have something on your turbo controller to just kind of hold down your left thumbstick. And just allow it to do its work. I'll give you guys an example that I'm putting on screen right now of just kind of cycling through different dates here for the Chikorita, or not sure, different days in game days, cycling through for Chikorita. And we're just going to kind of let it cycle through and do its thing. And again, you can get comfortable with or I recommend a turbo controller. The one I recommend is in the comment section. 25 bucks, has gyro, has vibration. It's a great controller. I definitely recommend using that one. And you can do this pretty much just AFK. So just allow it to roll and do its thing. So that is the bench method. Now, the next method, we already talked about it, but essentially the next method is just re-rolling the zone. Now, the thing to know about this is it only rolls the Pokemon 50 meters in front. So this is really going to be great for Totodile as well as all the other spawns around Totodile here. So just keep going in and out of the zone, in and out of the zone, and that's going to be a really, really useful spawn method. Now, the last spawn method here is specifically one for, and look at, there's Chikorita in that spot I said earlier. It was trying to hide from me. The last spawn method is for Tepig. So this is going to be for Tepig / every other Pokemon in the zone. And the third method is just running around the zone. Because there's a 50-meter zone in front of you as the player, Pokemon are going to spawn in and out. So if you just kind of take the roundabout around the zone, Pokemon are going to spawn in and out and in and out. So I suggest just literally taking a path and going all around here, and all the spawns are going to reset. It is slow, but it is a way that you can easily do this. You can try and use these benches as well too, but it probably is too far away. So just keep going all around this, and I'm going to show you a quick montage of just running around here, and that is how you're going to reset for Tepig. Right, and to end the video, we're going to end on a high note, but before we do, we have one more bonus method for shiny Tepig. Because we know it spawns right in this section of the gate here, what we can do is go ahead and just run behind about 50 meters to this gentleman with the briefcase. We're going to run back, and we're just going to run into the zone, do a quick check, run back out, and run back into the zone, and we'll do a quick check. We'll do a quick check once again. We'll do a quick onesie right here. And you get to see a potential alpha as well too, which is pretty cool. We're going to run back out again. And I'm going to show you a quick montage of doing this just a few times. And then we'll end on a high note. And thank you so much for sticking around. Make sure you like and subscribe. Gonna end the video with, after doing the bench method, getting a shiny Chikorita. There it is. There's one of the 3 different starters in Chikorita. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys have really amazing shiny hunts for all 3 of the starters. Good luck getting all those shinies, and stick with me right here on the channel. Follow me at the Game Looters and like the video before you leave. Peace out.